All right. Present. Oh my God. Too many tabs. Too many tabs. All right. Boom. Boom. And then let's do. There we go. Are you seeing the
Yeah,
thing
we're
now?
see- we're seeing your landing page, your AI-powered productivity. You're good.
Wahoo! All right. And we're just going to do that for another minute or so, see if there's any stragglers. I will be figuring out how to put music, but I didn't have time, so now you can hear me go do 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 do. Hi, welcome everyone. We're gonna get started in about 30 seconds. Thank you for joining. Feel free to sign up for future offerings being highlighted right here.
Alex, I like all the work you did on these slides. They look great.
I didn't, I can't take credit for it. Thank you.
Uh,
I wasn't me. It was Jill, actually,
all
who
right.
made them, I believe. I've been making the smart cuts.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I mean, I wish I could take credit. But thank
well, Jill
you.
did a great job
No, I'll
then.
tell her. I'll definitely, she'll really appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, welcome to today's webinar, Be the Chosen One, powered by AI. Silvana is going to be our incredible presenter for today. Silvana, when you're ready, you can uh, reveal yourself. Um, and we're very happy to have her and her expertise here. Um, and also, this is to be a very interactive, engaging presentation. Please feel free to use the chat, raise your hand, or just go ahead and speak up. And anything that is missed, I'll pick up on. But Savannah says, and I already know for a fact that she is gonna be amazing at multitasking.
Oh,
Doing it
thank you,
all.
dear.
So yeah, so without further ado, welcome Silvana, and thank you all so much for being here. And let me know if anyone needs anything.
All righty. Thank you, Alex. And hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here today. This is the topic that is very near my heart, and it's going to be about how to become the obvious choice, how to make AI see you, trust you, and recommend you every time instead of your competitors. And I'm going to share my story and share my screen too. That will help a little bit. Let's do it like this. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and share full screen over here. And there you go. All right. So the topic is become the obvious choice, how to make AI see you, trust you, and recommend you every time instead of your competitors. This is a very special and important topic for me. And some of you might know or might not know my story, but I will share it with you. I didn't just study visibility, I live in visibility, which is very interesting because I am originally from Peru. So back in Peru, I used to use my voice as my superpower. I had a TV program, radio, and I was even a beauty queen back in Peru, back in the day. So I used to be like a really, using my voice, and people will hear me, will look at me, and will pay attention to what I have to say. So I was coming from that world. And then I moved to the beautiful United States. And not a little, a big thing changed. There was a big change. and I was not expecting that. It was, I realized I had an accent. Some of you might relate that because in a world where when you live, when you grow in a place and you live there all your life, then you don't have an accent. But when you leave your hometown, when you learn a new language, it turns out you do have an accent. So I realized I had an accent. I realized not only I had an accent, but it was difficult to have people understand what I had to say. And it was a very difficult time for me because I went from being super visible, super like just using my voice as my superpower, and to a place where people wouldn't really were trying to avoid speaking with me even. That was rough for sure. Until I realized um, something very powerful, that I didn't have to be ashamed of my accent or embarrassed by it, but just I needed to communicate and to make sure people would understand me, because the problem wasn't that I had an accent or I didn't have an accent. It was that people couldn't really understand what I was saying. And so it was more related to possibly to my English skills that were not that good at that time. So I decided to improve my English skills so people could understand me, and decided to honor my accent instead of being embarrassed by it. And things changed big time. So I started honoring my accent, honoring my story, and and really being proud of that, because if you think about it, it tells a story of where I have been, and that I went far and beyond and learned a new language from zero. So that was a really big change in my life and in the way I look at things. So people start paying attention again, because what happened also when I was trying to be heard again, and when I was talking and people wouldn't pay attention to what I had to say, I was trying so hard to be like them, like everybody else. So I would try to, I don't know, to just dissimulate my the way I would talk, the way I would dress, the way I would be, like in general, try to be like everybody else. And guess what? You can imagine the results, because I cannot be that good at being somebody who I'm not. So that was not good, and I failed miserably instead of and trying so hard to be like perfect, to be the best, because I felt that I had to prove myself more than anybody because I wanted to be heard. So because of that, and when I changed the way I was looking at things, instead of trying so hard to be like everybody else, I decided to honor who I was and embrace it. And things changed. I even gave a TEDx talk about that, which is how to turn your accent into your superpower. Whenever you have a chance, check it out. It's pretty interesting. Well, so that is my experience, and I would love to, the reason why I am here today to share this with you, because this might be you might relate to this story. Might be not this, you might not be from Peru, but you might be from a different place and you are living in a new place, and you might struggle with that a little bit of being different. And I'm here to tell you that being different is very good. It can be your thing. It's mine right now and it's working out. So, in a world where everybody's trying to be like everybody else, the only way to stand out is being authentic. And that is what we are going to talk about today. They also, there is a big change with AI. I mean, you all know, are experts, fellow chief AI officers, but for the most part on this call, and you know very well the wonders of AI and things and the way it's affecting our world. But let me tell you, let me point out something very specific that is related to this specific topic, which is a term you might have heard or not. It's called AI engine optimization. And it's basically the way AI looks at things that are available and on the websites, on the digital world. And the idea is that how to make AI recommend you, like not only see you, choose you, and then recommend you to others so you can stop fighting for attention from your customers and then just naturally getting the attention because it turns out that you are the solution, exactly the solution that they are looking for. A few years back, we used to say, or maybe until today, some people still do, when you didn't know about something, you say, Google it and check it out. Yeah, that was the thing, right? And then people or businesses in particular would fight and would work so hard to be number one on page one of Google, because guess what? If you were on page two, you might as well not be there. So the only chance to succeed and to be chosen by the customers was to be on page one, not only page one, but number one on page one, which is not easy necessarily. But there is a big change with AI. AI does not, when a lot of people are now asking, instead of Googling it, are asking the AI tools for recommendations. I bet most of us on this call have been using like perhaps ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or any other tool for recommendations about the specific needs that we have instead of Google. And that is becoming more common. And the interesting thing about AI when giving recommendation is it won't give you 20, 30, 50 options. It will typically give you one, sometimes three to five, but that's it. Just a few options. Why? On one hand, because the AI tools typically knows us very well, very well. So it knows what we need, what we're looking for, and it can identify and research what is the exact solution for what the problem or the challenge or the service or product that we are looking for. So it typically just gives us either one, three options most. So that is a big change. Now we need to focus on how to be that one. We don't need to be the best anymore. Now we need to be the one. That is a big, big change. A little bit more about me. I did get certified on AI engine optimization. I am a chief AI officer, best-selling author, and TEDx speaker. And so that's my story, and that's what I would like to share with you and see how we can make that happen. So imagine turning this superpower, which is AI, into the world's biggest referral. So instead of fighting for attention, because a lot of times we work so hard and create content and do things and either pay ads or for to get the attention of some customers, and also perhaps some of your customers are looking for new customers. So this is where the big change happens. The new reality is that AI scans for relevant experts, suggests based on the credibility signals that it finds, and then finally it recommends just the one clearest match for the specific needs. So that can become a really, really big difference, because not only it will bring you referrals, but not only just the referrals, but the right customers that you're looking for, because it knows exactly the service you offer and it can understand the needs of the specific audience. So that's really interesting about that. So let's dig a little deeper on that. AI is a new gatekeeper to clients. And here is the tricky part. If AI can't understand you clearly, it simply cannot recommend you or to potential clients who need your specific expertise. And that can be really like important to know, like to make sure AI can understand us. If you recall my story, people couldn't understand me. It's not like they didn't want it to hear me. It's not that they didn't need the service I had to offer. It's just that they couldn't understand me. Like right now, if I started speaking Spanish, ustedes estarían, ¿qué dice? Pero no entiendo nada. and I might be saying something that you really care about, but if I don't speak the same language, then I might as well be talking to the wall, because the the people who needs to hear our message won't understand us. So that's the first thing. We need to be understood. And this applies not only to AI, but also to customers, right? And this is very important. When we understand that we need to be clear, not only clear, but we also need to speak the same language. And this is obviously more further than the actual language, which is important, of course, that you all know that we need to speak the same language. But what is the language of AI in terms of finding the information? What is the way that AI searches for information? In a simple term, we can talk about it like it reads the labels that the information has. And it's called schema markup. Some of you might be familiar or not with this, but just understand that is the way that AI is a way to label the information so AI can understand it and classify it. So it's important to consider using the same language, which in this case is a schema markup. And there is a schema markup for like writing content, and there is also a voice schema markup. So that will make that the AI tools, the voice AI tools like Alexa, Siri, Google Home, and things like that, will make recommendations as well. So we definitely want to be part of that. Not only because, well, right now is a very big trend where more people instead of typing are talking to the AI tool. So this becomes a very crucial as well, very critical. So speaking for this first part, we need to speak the same language. That includes two things: clarity on the message and speaking the same language. All right. So when we want to position ourselves for and optimize for AI clarity, we need to position ourselves as the obvious choice, not the best, but the only. Because if you think about it, we have a very, most of us have a very specific thing we do, and we do it well, or at least that's the idea, that we do something very good. And when we have that clear, who we help, how we help them, with what results, what framework, how, so is the better we can be understood by AI tools. So that's really important. So remember, people are asking AI. A lot of people are asking AI instead of Google who to hire, what to buy, who to trust. And AI answers confidently. Make sure it's answering your name. Steve
Savannah.
has a question. Hey, Steve.
Hi.
Hey.
Curious, is it like when we had an H1 that was like your tags and all your meta information? Do you have to put a schema on every page or can it just be on like the home page?
The more the better. I mean, typically you put to every page.
So it's on
And the way it works is also the connection between the different points of reference. So, because that is another important topic or important thing for AI to recommend us. Like if we can say we are consistent not only in one venue, but also like not in one page, but we need to be consistent throughout the different uh, pages or assets. Like for instance, a blog. The more the better. The better. Like
okay. So the more the merrier, as they
the
like to
more the
say.
merrier. That's right. The
Yeah.
more
And
the
how
merrier.
about the page type? Like all of mine. So I ran through ChatGPT and I asked it to create the schema for my site.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I figured it would make sense. Leverage it, right?
Right.
And they
Yes.
created it, and I gave it to my web person, and they because that's where I stop. I don't do the web part, and they put it all up. But I
Uh-huh.
noticed that my page type says web, or what did it say? Yeah, I think it said web instead of Maria told me it should say local company.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something with that? I mean, I don't know what's right, what's not, but I figured Chad had a good idea. I guess Chad's wrong.
Yeah, Maria is right, but also, you know what will help is also to say, like for instance, you say Steven, Steve, the same as if you have different like if you have different outlets, like the same as in the name of your company, the same as the author of this book, the same as the person who showed up in this podcast. So the more references that you put, the
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 more the
more
merrier. We're back to the more the merrier. I got it.
exactly, the more relevant you're going to be for that specific topic.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was a good question. So yeah, and the way it works is basically that is one thing, to be clear and speak the same language. There is a schema markup for voice. There is a schema markup for text. Okay, and then okay, that's really important. And the way it works is the second component will be the so clarity is key here, because AI won't recommend the best. Doesn't need to. You don't need to be the best. You don't. You need to be the clearest. You need to be the one who clearly, like, there is no questions about it. You help people that this that and also another important topic is when we're more narrow, when we have a specific niche, it's better for AI because it will understand that is because you have that specific niche, is going to recommend you for that specific niche, as opposed as if you are more general, it's gonna you are going to have more competition. It's not going to be a differentiator. So clear, being the clearest is going to be super important. So yeah, that is something we need to just keep in mind. So the obvious choice framework. People, the AI tool will see you, trust you, and choose you and recommend you, right? So the way it sees us is through clarity and speaking the same language. So clarity, having the clear message, and the language is the schema markup. There is voice and there is text. The second part is credibility. So it can trust us. How does it trust us? It is based on the verification. It verifies your expertise through different consistent signals across multiple sources. And here is where it becomes very important, the content that we produce. It's important to mention also for social media, typically we don't require to do markup because schema markup, that is already optimized for that naturally, like most social media platforms. Another very important way to create content that is recognized and picked up by AI is video content. So YouTube is super important here. So for the ones that have considered doing a YouTube but did not move ahead and do it, it is a good time because it can make a difference. Let's say you are the expert on Steven. What is your expertise? Who do you what let's do your example just
My
to
expertise?
yes.
Well, I'm a big rock singer. I got golden fingers, and I
There
love
you go.
everywhere we go. Oh no, that's another thing I do. No,
That's another
on a
one. But
serious
that can
note,
be your thing too.
yeah, on a serious note, my expertise is really AI strategy.
AI
It's about,
strategy. Okay.
yeah, I mean, I help clients implement AI. And, my backstory is 6 years or 40 years, built, bought, and sold six tech companies. So I've been an owner operator for many years. I'm an executive business coach, and I apply all of that to AI, utilizing AI to leverage it and help
Mm-hmm.
clients. So my expertise is, if you ask me what's my one thing I'm really good at, it's
Yes.
helping people.
Okay.
Because people are, your whole organization, everyone's worried about losing, oh my God, we lose our jobs. Well, not necessarily. Not if you do it properly, you don't have to.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different topic. That's
Yeah, I
very,
know. I know,
oh
but
my
as it
gosh,
comes to
yes.
this, I'm not a web guy. However, I do a lot of posting. I do a lot of YouTube. I have a group I work with called the Business Lunatics. So
Uh-huh.
I'll put a link in the chat. You guys can check it out. It's just
Yes, please
helpful
do.
tips and tricks to help people. It's no fluff, no BS. It's all about helping people in business. What's a cold lead? What's a warm lead? What's a funnel? How do you incorporate? Whatever. For new businesses, it helps them.
That's super important. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're doing amazing because you already have you produce videos. Do you say a
Yeah, I
blog
have my
too?
own YouTube channel as well. I've been
Yeah.
putting out content for since the
Okay,
pandemic started, really.
so the best thing will be like and you're doing it already, and you have multiple channels, right, to give the same message because
Mhm.
AI will look across all of them. And the more times it sees you, it will increase your credibility. For instance, so we need to exploit any opportunity that we have to give that message. So blogs, videos,
Do it.
podcast interviews, so having a podcast as
I
well.
do it. I do all of that where I realize
Well,
I'm failing.
bravo, high five, Steve.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
I
You're doing the
appreciate
right
it.
thing.
Where I'm
That's
failing is in my YouTube. I need to edit the text so that it actually has more information. I'm just kind of learning about how to
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
make my
That's
YouTube
that's
channel better.
also important. And this also has to do a lot, whatever we do on AEO to improve our AI engine optimization is going to help us naturally on SEO as well. So that's a really cool thing about it. So in this case, Steve, in your case, AI is going to see you all over the place and consistently. So it's going to be increase your chances to be recommended for that public or that target audience that you talk to. So
Yeah.
just food for thought for the ones who are not yet on video or on podcast. Just go ahead and start writing. There
Oh,
are
just
a lot
do
of
it.
options for faceless videos. Also, if you don't want to, if you're shy and you don't want to be on camera, but you are all amazing and beautiful, so you should all be on camera and just tell your message and show your authenticity. All righty. So that's the second part, credibility and consistency across the different channels. Why this is important? A lot of times, I don't know if it happened to you, and I'm going to tell you something a little personal here about. I mean, last year I ran into a friend, and she's like, "Hey, Silvana, congratulations! I see you on social media all the time. I see you everywhere. You're awesome. You're doing great. Congratulations! Oh, thank you." And I'm like, yeah, thank you. And then she says, "But you know what? I don't really know what you do." What? What did you say? Yeah, I don't understand what you do. Wow, that hurt. That was painful. That was painful. And I was like, wow. And then I looked back and I was like looking at my content, and yes, of course, I don't blame her because one day I was posting a thing with a family outing, and then the other day I was posting about an event I attended, and then different things, but not necessarily related, and they didn't give a consistent message. So that was a very nice wake up call that I got. I don't know if some of you might relate to that. A lot of times we have a different a bio for one podcast or one platform, and then next day we're working on something else, and we tell something a whole different story. So if we are not consistent with our message, the credibility goes down. If we're consistent, it goes up. So that's what we want. We want to be consistent, the same message all throughout all the channels, multiple sources. All right. So that's the second one, and that's going to be very important. And then the third one, and this is going to be possibly the most important part or one of that because it's when we actually get recommended. For in order for AI to recommend us, it needs to not only to have we have a need to have a clear message, to speak the same language, to be consistent throughout the channels, but AI must confidently recommend you as the best match for that specific need. Let's think about for a second. Let's think about that one. Because a lot of times we say who do we help? Everybody. We help businesses. We help I don't know entrepreneurs. We help. But the truth is, the better, the most specific group of people that we can help, the more chances we have of being recommended. So I know in theory it sounds like counterintuitive because if you can serve a bigger group, then in theory you can have more customers, but really it works the other way around a little bit. Because if we have somebody with a very specific need, chances are that we might be able to might be our specific target audience, because that might be exactly the target audience we serve. But if we don't talk about it and we are not consistent with the message that we help that group, then it cannot recommend us because it's not a perfect match. Okay, so that's kind of the obvious choice framework, the three parts. Any questions so far?
Yes. I have a question, surprisingly. So
Yes, go ahead.
I've struggled, and I know the riches are in the niches. I get it. I've been around
Yes.
long enough. I totally get it. AI really applies to so many different places. Like I built, bought, and sold MSPs, managed service providers, IT
Mm-hmm.
companies. We would fix
Mm-hmm.
technology. That's pretty straightforward, pretty easy niche. I could pick law firms. I could really service anyone, but I picked law firms. But it was like my main thing. But AI is so broad, it can help everybody. It's really, I won't lie, it's hard for me to say, you know what, I'm going to go after law firms. And it's easier, I guess, if you just left the job and you were in this industry and you have contacts. I've been kind of out of touch because I've been a business executive coach for a number of years now, and I've just switched over into, like, jettisoning my coaching slowly but surely into AI only. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to determine who would be the right niche. And I've been doing a lot of work with ChatGPT. We're best friends. Chloe, she's great. She's my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
My wife likes her.
Awesome.
But yeah, so I've been trying to figure out what would be the best niche to go after because in my mind, all right, let's say I go after legal industry, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. But does that mean I don't do manufacturing or I don't do another compliance or private equity? So I've kind of come up with I do help compliance companies stay compliant utilizing AI. So my
Okay,
niche is really in compliance. I don't know
that's
if
a
that
good
makes
one.
sense or not, but that's what I've been trying to work on.
Well, yeah.
But
I
now I
I
need your
would
words
say
of wisdom. Now you give me wisdom to fix me.
I would say something kind of funny, but how do you eat an elephant? One bite at
One
a
bite at a
time.
time.
Right. So perhaps you're totally right that you can help everybody and that there is a big market, especially now, like because we are a perfect timing to go all in with AI. However, if you narrow your target, you're gonna get some action going. If you
Yeah.
decide who to help first, it doesn't mean that you're not going to help others. But if you target perhaps a low hanging fruit, who is it that can benefit the most with your services? That will be in your best benefit because then you are going to see more results, and then you can expand your reach, and then you can that the also another thing is you can reach different groups, but it's better to reach out with a specific message because the specific challenges and needs and fears and and worries that everybody has, it's going to be different from group to group. So your chances of success increase like really, really a lot when you target your audience like narrow target.
Yeah. I'm testing compliance. I've got my blog
Okay.
written and done. I've got all my emails ready and scheduled for February and my social post thing. And I'm gonna start doing some videos as well. We're gonna like I'm testing, like A/B testing to see how it works out, if it's doable or not. I'll let y'all
And I
know.
can anticipate that's a super good target because that's a group that definitely will benefit a lot
But yeah,
from your services. So that's a good one. Yeah, perfect. Love it. All righty. Let's go. What is so the second part when we talk about consistency, how do we make AI trust us? Consistency, that means the same message, credentials, and positioning through the different platforms. So in LinkedIn, website, media mentions, and guest appearances. Uh, when we are when we are doing this, because if the AI tools find the same message in different places, it's gonna increase our credibility, right? But if we say something in one and then a whole different message in the other one, and then something else on LinkedIn, then it's gonna be confused and it's not gonna be consistency. So this is very important to give this like united message throughout your different platforms. That's important. Specificity, that's another one. Vague claims do not build trust. Be precise about methods, results, and the exact transformation you deliver to clients. Okay, so we don't say we increase sales. We increase sales by doing this, and typically results have shown that we did accomplish this percentage in this, and here are the testimonials. The next piece is super important, is proof. Proof, proof, proof. AI loves testimonials, case studies, and things like that. So that definitely gonna increase our credibility. Every time that you have a work with a customer, I would love for you to request testimonial. That's very important because, and I'm sure you all have experiences. Anytime, I mean, at least when I want to travel somewhere, I mean, I check out the reviews from the hotel, or if I want to try a new service, I typically go check out the reviews. That's super important. And so it is for like now is that important, especially for AI, because it's not you saying how wonderful your services are, but it's somebody, a client you helped, and it's talking about your services and how wonderful and the results and the transformation that has a whole different weight on the proof. So, and also media features. If you have been interviewed in the media as a subject matter expert, that's very important also. And client results to provide the evidence. All of these are very important, and it's going to help us increase credibility. And the cross-source confirmation that we mentioned is AI looks for validation across multiple independent sources. So it's going to do a deep search throughout the web, and it's going to find things and places where you have been cited, right? And it's going to come up with a recommendation or not. So if you have a good evidence everywhere, then if you have, then it's gonna definitely be super good. But if you don't have credible resources, then it's not gonna be prioritized. You're not gonna be a priority for a recommendation for that customer because it really needs credibility. All right, let's talk about what makes AI choose us. And we're gonna go back to the clarity piece. And this a four-part question. Who we help, what problem, with what result, and what proof do we have? So who do we help? We talk about the specificity of the target. I mean, the more narrow, the better for this purpose. The problem with AI, I mean, a lot of times people are overwhelmed, people don't have time, people want to make more money, people want to improve processes, different, like we see kind of consistent problems that are throughout businesses, right? So we need to explain what problem we help them with. Then the transformation, what is the result? How do we help them? What is the result? And finally, very important, the proof. The proof is going to be very important. So anytime you have an opportunity to get a testimonial, please go for that. All right. Any questions about that so far? All right. So let's see. Let's continue. So here is kind of a little bit of a quick way to create your AI clarity statement. I'm sure you have done some kind of exercise similar to this. And I would like for you to take a few seconds and think about this. If you want, even take a picture of this and ask your AI tool, what do you think? Like, what is it that try to answer each question. Who do I help? Who do I help? be specific about your ideal client. Because think about this thing also. A lot of if we do this right, we're not only going to attract customers, but we are going to attract the right customers, right? Because we're going to attract the customers where we can make the biggest impact. So it's important to take a moment and do this or have this very clear. To solve what problem? Name the exact challenge, frustration, or obstacle that they face that you address. To achieve what? The outcome must be tangible. Or what is the transformation they experience after working with you? And it needs to be clear, right? Like I help them have clarity so they can actually have more time, or I help them optimize processes so that they can make more money or have more free time or whatever the problem and the result is. Using what? And here is where we want to be talking about, we want to talk about our approach, our framework, our methodology that makes you different. What sets you apart? For instance, do you have a framework? Do you have an approach? Is there a tool that you use? So this is a good place to mention that so that they can, and here is where we go with the bigger win, connect the ultimate benefit or deeper impact beyond the immediate result. Okay, if somebody wants to share, I'm all ears. Don't be shy.
I used up all my tokens.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you did? Oh my gosh. Yeah, me too. Sometimes it happens to me. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, you're a heavy user. Yeah, okay. So just think about that one and just make sure to get these answers because this is important for your, so you can show up clearly and I can understand you, recommend you, and choose you, right? All right, let's go with the next part. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. So let's talk about a plan for the next 7 days. The next 7 days, let's take this. Let's set up a plan. One easy thing that we can do today, if you feel like it, is just go ahead and update your headline. LinkedIn is a good place to start. We want to tell exactly if we can tell the answers to those 5 questions, that's the best because we are clear. We say we give the full message and that gives us a lot of clarity, gives our customers or the readers clarity of who we help, what we do, how we do it, the results, and etc. Not so that's going to be very important. Your headline can be on LinkedIn, any social media you use. Second is align your about section. So because in about section, a lot of times we have all kinds of things, maybe might not be that related to our goal or our mission or our audience. So it's a good opportunity to take a look and just realign it. Just check it out and make sure it's aligned with all your message so you can be consistent. And add proof, please. Every opportunity you have, add proof. Upload testimonials, case studies, media mentions to make your credibility visible and verifiable. And then the last one, don't let what happened to me happen to you. Be strategic about your post. Now I learned my lesson and I am being very consistent with what I post, and that is related to what I do. But it's important to be strategic on your posts. Like one good way to go about that is like, for instance, if you think about 3 posts to make this week, one can be demonstrating value. What do you do? The second one will be showcasing proof, like a video testimonial or something about proof, showcasing what you have done, how have you helped somebody already. And very important, let's make offers, right? Put something out there, make a clear offer, and a irresistible offer, better even. Okay, so I would love for you to become the obvious choice. I created a playbook over here, there is a QR code that will take you to a AI visibility playbook that will help you, will give you some guidance on how to become the chosen, the one, become the one that AI would recommend. So, and also I would love to do something extra for you, whoever be interested about a little bit deeper review of how you're showing up currently online. I can give you like a analysis, an AI deep analysis of how you're showing up currently. And not only that, I'll be happy to give you a 90 days plan on how to, if you're not showing up properly, how to boost that so that you can implement it. All right. So for that, I will put my booking link here, or my friend Alex might be able to help us with that and put the link here for the booking. Or if you want to add download the playbook, AI visibility playbook, it's gonna be over here, aio.aiyoursuperpower.com. All right. Also, I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn. Some of us, most of you might be already connected, but I'm gonna put my LinkedIn link here so we can connect. Any questions? No questions?
That was awesome. Thank you, Sylvia.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Savannah.
you so much. Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I would love to learn more about you. Like if you would be open to do a quick intro of you, like let's practice. If you feel like it, you can practice your structure of who you help, what did you do, and things like that. But if not, just tell us a little bit about you. I would love that. Anybody wants to go first? Joel, you have been voluntold.
Thanks a lot, Sylvia. I appreciate that. So I'm not ready right yet. I am in the process of kind of migrating to an AI engineering role, and
Uh-huh.
I'm not ready to do that yet until I get through Chris's CAIO certification and Eaton's AI integrator training. And
Okay.
when I get done with that, then I'm going to go do a massive upgrade. In fact, I just did some headshots today to make my presence on LinkedIn better. And I'm actually I did screenshot your list there, and I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
follow it because that is a simple way to do what I want to do. And I've already
Oh,
taken my resume and converted it into an AI resume. I just need to get the final things in there from the classes I'm attending, and then I'll add that to LinkedIn, and I will be ready to do things like that. So thank you for the
oh,
offer.
love it, love it. If you feel like it, later on you can connect with me. I'll be happy to help you any way I can.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Savannah.
Yes, awesome. And you're doing the right thing. So you say you're working on the implementation program.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
My
I love
brain is hurting from today's session. That's how
it.
complex it was.
I hear you.
Yeah,
They say it's a year of implementation. We need to stop learning and start implementing.
yeah,
This is gonna make the difference.
yeah.
And there
It's
is
like
not much time. Unfortunately, we need to do it fast, by the way.
it's like 6 months worth of training crammed into about 8 weeks. So
Yeah.
Wow, yes, I know.
yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But you're doing the
Mhm.
right thing. Implementation. That's awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
Anthony, I see you here. You want to say something?
Yeah, thank you, Silvana. I think the content you just shared, I think, is really powerful because people don't they overlook this, and I've overlooked some of it, and I took lots of notes.
Oh,
And
I'm so
I need
happy.
I'm in the same place as Joel in this program. Well, no, let me back up. I started 2 weeks after everybody else into the same cohort, so I'm a little bit behind everybody else, and it is a lot, but it's really great content. And so I'm learning quite a bit, but I'm also trying to do exactly what you said, trying to dabble and also do play with some of these things as well. So I'm in there doing a little more. Um, uh, should be trying to balance the learning while I'm also actively playing. So my background, I'm a physician, I'm a healthcare executive. I'm
Mm.
transitioning into more AI. My background is in um, the health IT side of healthcare as well. I have a background in that. And so applying that and jumping into the AI space more so. Um, and the messaging around being consistent, I think, is really hard for me
Oh.
because I have such broad interests and knowledge and depth that
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to narrow down what I'm going to be focusing on. I so I take that and it's a challenge. Um, and I'm going to continue to iterate and try to leverage the tool that you gave us to help maybe have AI help me try to be more consistent. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, I appreciate
Absolutely.
that. I appreciate
Oh,
your background and your story and the value you're creating. So, thank you.
oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you, Tony. All right. Who else do we have? Tammy, voluntold. If you can, if you can. I don't know. You're no camera. Oh, there you are. All
Yeah,
righty.
I just had a coughing attack. I was choking on tea.
Oh
So
no.
I knew that you were going to call me as soon as I started coughing.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I'm really new into this. Like, listening to your presentation, all I keep thinking is like, I need this maybe in 6 months from now or something. So I'm hoping that you do it again and then I can revisit because I think it's early for me. Like, so I have a full-time job in defense, and then I'm doing this in my evenings and weekends, and just trying to figure out where I fit and how I can do this. And I love everything about what I'm learning and listening to everyone with their calls and stuff. Like I'm going on as many as possible, but I'm not even thinking about websites and LinkedIn and all that yet. Right now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do, where I want to go. So this is one of those things I'm going to put in my back pocket for when I figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of obviously great information, and all I do is take notes. I just fill books and books with the information. And yeah, so still lots to figure out before I can actually engage in this kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I can relate to that a lot, especially because definitely AI can be overwhelming, and
Hmm.
especially at the level of new tools that are coming out every day, like really amazing things. And it's like we can be easily distracted for the newest shiny object. A little
Yes.
piece of advice from a sister from the Chief AI
Hmm.
Officer community will be, Tammy, just do one thing, just whatever from all the today conversation, just take action of one little thing, as small as it can be, but just do something with what you learn. Because I have a wise colleague say once, don't let your notebook leave the conference smarter than you. So don't, because a lot of time we put a lot of information,
Yes.
and if that
Yes.
notebook could talk, man, that would be like the
Yeah.
wisest person.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we will take action, even the smallest action, like it can be as simple as just put something on the chat GPT. If you are you or in the tool that you use, just say like,
Mhm.
based on what you know about me, what do you think would be my answers for these questions, or who do I serve, or like there are so many ways that you can formulate this,
Yeah.
but when in doubt, I always ask the AI tool.
Yes.
So it's like,
I'm starting to do that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like that because even in my job that I have now, I tend
mhm.
to let my notebook leave a meeting smarter than me.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So
we can we
I
can
am
change
guilty
that.
of that for sure.
Yes, if you take one little action, it doesn't have to be big. Just a small one will do. That's
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Yeah, I like it.
Tony's. Yeah, awesome, Tammy. Let's connect, Tammy, and I'll be happy to help you at any time if you feel
That would
like
be
it, whenever you're
wonderful.
ready.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
That would be wonderful.
Awesome. Yes.
So,
Awesome.
Silvana, just a comment
Yes, Tony.
for Tammy as well. The one simple thing I found sometimes
Uh-huh.
the handwritten notes, they don't go anywhere. They wind up in there and they never go back to them. But what you could do is just use your phone, open up a note, and start talking, and then
Mm,
copy that and paste it directly into your chat GPT and say, this was the meeting that I attended. Or, use one of those summary
the
things.
transcripts. Yeah.
Right. So that way, and then you have, and then take a picture, like you said, of the screen, copy and paste that picture into ChatGPT and say, given everything you know about, fill this in for me. And now
Yeah,
you're already using, and it takes, because I hear you, Tammy. When you have a full-time job, it's hard to do all
it
the content,
is.
all these, and the exercises are significant. They're really
Yes,
important to do because I mean I'm learning so much, but at the same time it's a lot.
it
So
is.
those small little things along the way can pay off and not have
Yeah,
to feel like you have cognitive dissonance and stress because there's so much in your book.
yeah. Thank you for that. Thanks.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. That was so nice and insightful, Tony. Thank you. One other thing I want to point out, if you haven't noticed, but it's super important, the power of a personal brand. It's not who you work for. It's not. It's you, who you are. Who like that's gonna be very, very critical. Not only for AI, but for people. Because really, if you think about it, people don't buy from companies; they buy from people. They like, they trust, and AI is the same. So we need to work on our personal brands, and that also can be impacted by the either YouTube channels, podcasts, articles. Try to get out there and do produce some kind of content that will increase your credibility and build your personal brand. Oh my God, it's been so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. At least I had so much fun. Thank you for sharing this time with me, and I give it back to Alex.
Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for participating. Thank you for Silvana for your just infusing your personal story and allowing your authenticity to really shine through. As somebody who can't help but do that myself, it's really nice to see the encouragement in professional spaces to be
Oh my gosh.
yourself. And I really enjoy being basking in the glow of you and everybody else and all the support you guys give each other. I'm just gonna drop your stuff in one more time
Oh,
for those who want, and then it'll hopefully be up with the Fathom recording and everything like that as well. And thank you so much, and everybody just stay safe and well and love each other, and
oh
I'll see
yes.
you guys soon.
And be amazing and authentic. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
guys.
everybody. Take care.
Thank
Take
Bye bye.
care.
you.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.